I'm announcing right now, I will do no more work. I don't know why. Something just said, I will do no more work with TYT, though. In its current capacity, I will.
Oh, wow, bro.
No more content. I will be on no more shows. It's over for me.
In this video, we want to take a look at a clip from the Ben Dixon show in which Mondale Robinson basically quit on air or said he wasn't going to do any more content for TYT. The bigger picture here is adding to the number of voices that are disillusioned with Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian's particular steerage of that channel and organization and some of the decisions they've made to go on other people's shows, more right-wing people's shows, and everybody's trying to parse it. And we've done some stuff listening to Cenk and talk about their own, where they're coming from. But we haven't ever done anything yet on this channel from Ben Dixon. So let's take a look at this. We're going to do a little bit longer clip and let everybody's voice be heard. I'm going to have some thoughts, but then I want to know what you think in the comments. Let's check it out.
We're not talking about TYT. I mean, there are great progressive ideologies on TYT, right?
Generally speaking, yes.
But you cannot disconnect TYT from Cenk and Anna's behavior since this election happened.
That's right.
So this is specific talking points that
these ain't talking points. They doing videos, creating content, talking about, well, I met one person who changed my heart. He's a Trump voter, and he wasn't like. I don't care about that, dog. We know what's going on. There have been real thought leaders, people who are professors at college who White Rule Rage was written this election cycle. And those brothers who wrote that, two white professors from the University of Maryland and other spaces, and yeah, so let's just leave it there, who articulated what it means to be a Trump supporter. I'm not okay with it, dog. And I think this idea that saying or calling white supremacy is equated to calling yourself closed-minded is wrong. We don't want TYT to be closed-minded. Where's the energy you had before the election outcome? Why now is it not okay to call fascism fascism? Why now is it not okay to call these people who won't even question or saying that J6ers are heroes and hostages? Why is
Mondale?
I want to jump in here too. I agree with him 100%. You don't have to be closed-minded to point out hypocrisy or a blind spot in someone's thinking. You can have an open heart and you can listen to somebody try and make their points in good faith. But if those points don't hold water, then I think you call them on that. That's not being closed-minded.
Anna, Anna's doing this though.
Anna's father going.
Anna's leading the way in it. Hang on, I don't pull up a.
Wow, bro, really?
Wow.
I didn't hear enough of what she said. What did she say?
There you go.
Like just being on Glenn Beck is different. If you're going on Glenn Beck and cussing his ass out.
Talking about individuals.
And I'm not trying to make up for nobody. I'm just
listen, Marcus, listen.
All right.
Here we go.
In reality, we're talking about individuals whose politics is mostly based on, some fringe issue or some cultural issue that they have. It's not just that they care about that issue. It's that they've taken that issue and they've made it part of their identity, the core of who they are. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like what you would expect from religious zealots. And so there's a fundamentalism involved in the way that they treat these issues, and there's no room to negotiate. There's no room.
She's talking about the left.
To maybe consider the thoughts, concerns of individuals. And so as they become more and more kind of like authoritarian in what they demand, they are pushing people away. And there are some issues in which the rights of one group might actually end up conflicting with the rights of another group, depending on what type of legislation you're pursuing. And so, of course, this has come up with the trans issue. And I've always been supportive of the transgender community. But, right?
I love, hey, I've always defended XYZ. But
the rights of transgender people, particularly transgender women, start to cause some tension with the rights and freedoms of women or the perceived safety of women. Well, let's have a conversation and avoid assuming the worst of the people who want to have a conversation.
Right in danger. Bro, listen, let me tell you something. This woman, that statement in itself is so dangerous, and that ain't even it. Like if you just pull up some of the stuff she put on her Instagram, all of that, it's crazy enough, bro. I am disgusted with this willing to play games and the fact that they're saying that we are zealots, we are religious zealots on the left. Come on,
to Glenn Beck. To Glenn Beck, right? The king of religious zealotry in conservative media, right? Here, but it's not that they're going on these platforms, it's that they're going on these platforms and they're trying to make nice with people who are literally trying to destroy not only democracy, because some people don't care about democracy. I do, but they're also actively trying to destroy the lives of 20 million of the migrant working class. Right? Let's not talk about all the everyone they're going to what they're doing with Obamacare, what they're doing with Social Security, what they're doing with Medicare, what they're doing with Medicaid. That's just the surface of it. The 50% of federal employees they're getting ready to boot out. You know how many black people that's going to hurt, right? So they're going to platforms making nice with people who have the most nefarious intentions for us at the moment. And thank you for saying it the way you did, Mondale. At the precise moment when we need progressive media on lock. We need progressive media hitting on all cylinders. And we got them instead over there trying to make nice with Glenn Beck and Tim Pool and all the rest of them. For what? For why? For clicks?
Hold on. I gotta go further. And we need to clip this, what I'm about to say.
Okay, but
hold on. I want you to land it. I want you to land your plane. But right now, my soul is saying I got to do this.
All right, go ahead.
As an anniversary gift to me and my wife, if you are watching this show right now and you subscribe to TYT, unsubscribe, and you need to get a paid subscription to Ben Dixon right now. If you love us, if you're serious about progressive policies, and you won't just do it, you will screenshot me saying this and tag Cenk in it and Anna in it and TYT in it and Rebel HQ and share it, because progressives cannot become Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party and the establishment, because when we do that, we become unsalty. And Ben Dixon can tell you what it means when the salt of the world loses its salt.
When the salt loses its savor. Listen, I wasn't going to directly say send your subscriptions to me, but I also ain't going to miss the blessing that Mondale set up. But I will say this, wherever you send your subscriptions, I can tell you the majority report ain't moved an inch from their values. That's good ground. You can sow a majority.
That's a very point.
The Vanguard, them two cool white boys over at the Vanguard, they haven't moved from their values, right?
Ben Dixon.
At the expense of my own well-being, I've never moved from my values, man. I've walked away from many opportunities. Ask Sean King. I walked away before I would betray my values. We need left-leaning media now more than ever. And if TYT is not going to be that, then you need to end your subscriptions and send it to folks who are going to hold the line, who's going to look at these fascists in their face and say, if you're going to take anybody, take me first. That's the only attitude to have right now.
Hold on. There's only one thing I have to say, man. I'm not even trying to go against anything that's going on. We need to talk about the attitude of how we got here. And I'm asking that question for a reason. How did we get to a point where a motherfucker with siding with people who want to, like,
Marcus, you went to Florida A&M, one of the, if not the smartest. I don't care what people say. And I went to 2 HBCUs and none of them were FAMU. One of the smartest historical black colleges. You know why Harriet Tubman had a gun. It won't just be white folks. It was for them Negroes that was supposed to be running with us that were willing to go back because their feet were hurting.
Oh, yeah. Bastard got chicken cooking tomorrow.
Look, because think about it. If you really, thank you for setting it up just like that. Think about it. Like her one gun Wasn't going to do a whole lot against all the white guns that would have came up against it. But you know what it did? It solved the problem of them Negroes who was a problem trying to get free. There's always going to be a subset of us, whether it's in the black community, we got them in the black community. The same folks who sold us out on the west coast of Africa in the first place, same folks who sold out Harriet Tubman in the first place. All these people in our history, they in present today.
Hold on, Ben. I'm busy right now. Hold on, Ben. I'm busy right now. Do you, Ben? I'm asking you questions directly. Mm-hmm. Do you have a paid subscription like TYT, a website where people can go? Because it's timeout. I'm saying I'm calling timeout, and people should know I have no financial gain from Ben Dixon. I get no money from Ben Dixon. I do get money from TYT. Do you have a website or where people can go for get subscriptions? And we need more from you. We need more content. We need you putting up more progressive voices. It is time out for people that are willing to sell us out. We got to tell them, not on our watch. Amy Goodwin can't do it by herself. Democracy now is not enough. It's not enough. Subscribe. Patreon. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Patreon.com/the BPD show. There we are on my Patreon page. I put us up last week. Patreon.com/the BPD show. And I mean, listen, high key, you're gonna get some high quality stuff.
I can't lie to y'all, man. I'm so like I saw your post, Mondale, about like the TYT folks, man, Cenk and Anna, but I haven't watched it. And I'm gonna do my research because, like, to be honest with you, it just fundamentally doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I agree with this. I'm scratching my head, and I haven't been doing this for long enough to have a real deep understanding of all the interpersonal dynamics. What I'm starting to see, what it's starting to feel like is that specifically Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian, that it's almost a personal shift that's happening for both of them in kind of tandem. It's not that they've planned something. It's just they're both kind of making what feels like a rightward turn together. And the stance is kind of, if you question it or you feel betrayed by it or you have questions about it or criticisms of it, they respond to it like it's a personal attack. Maybe they have gotten some personal attacks, but it's circle the wagons, put up the walls. Hey, F you guys, there's a video I did recently where I mean, and you can give people some, license for being funny or whatever, but Cenk said, I am the left, right? Which is such a weird, messed up thing to say. What are you talking about? So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me either.
For anybody to be an ally of us, I'm not a groupthink, but first off, guys, anybody watching clickbaity political thirst trap, I am not a group thinker. I think on my own as a grown-ass man, right? And I am fundamentally surprised that these two who have championed a lot of issues, even of race, that would like kind of dismiss a whole movement. I'm not even gonna lie, but if it really happened, that shit is problematic. So go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, because here's what it is, though. It's the fact that there's a couple things. If you watch the main show, you're still going to get some decent progressive politics, right? You're going to get enough progressive politics for you to not really be completely aware of what's going on. If you listen to Anna and Cenk on social media, on Twitter, on their Instagrams, if you listen to their little videos, if you listen to the interviews that they're doing in other places, you see them actively making nice with the very people who are going to be destroying this country in a very short order. And they're doing it. And they're doing it. Go ahead.
Ben, what you said, I'm announcing right now, I will do no more work. I don't know why. Something just said, I will do no more work with TYT, though. In its current capacity, I will.
Oh, wow, bro.
No more content. I will be on no more shows. It's over for me. Like something just told me I have to say that, and I need to put it on Twitter. I need to text Cenk and Anna. Y'all can't call me for no more shows. I'm done with it.
What?
Yeah, in real life.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Damn, that's 100.
I love Dr. Richie.
What?
Somebody said, "What about Dr. Richie?" That's the only reason I have.
You fucking buck.
That's the only reason I have tears in my eyes because I love Dr. Richie.
Shout out to Dr. Richie.
I love Dr. Richie more than I love the ground that I feel that I need to stand on in this point. And Dr. Richie is a super strong will and will be for successful in everything. He got a million jobs for a reason. But this right now is me saying I divorce TYT in his current iteration. And if it means I'm never going to be in relationship with those people again, I accept that. But it's over at this point.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting too, that choice of words, I divorce them. It's like this rift, it's so personal. I think people feel really personally betrayed. And I'm not just talking about his use of the word divorce there, but people's response to this is it's so hot, you know, there's such a passion to it. It feels, and from Cenk and Anna too, it just feels like doesn't feel about policy. It feels about personal politics, you know? I know that Anna was the victim of an assault, and I can't imagine how upsetting that would be. I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet that there would be a sort of a turning point for Cenk in a similar vein. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws here. I'm trying to make a sense of it because they do seem to be pivoting into this like, well, what if we build a coalition with the right? But we're talking about people that have never had a track record of even being sane thinkers. Glenn Beck is a perfect example, right? I mean, I'm sure that you could have lunch with Glenn Beck not knowing who he was and have a perfectly pleasant lunch. But this guy has said some capital K crazy stuff, just some cuckoo birds bonkers, dangerous and damaging stuff. And to sort of go on and make nice with him and be like, yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. And I the radical left this. And I was just like, what is happening? Anyway, this is my first experience with the Benjamin Dixon show, and I like it. It's a breath of fresh air as far as I'm concerned. And there's been a lot of videos about this quitting incident already. I'm late to the game, but yeah, it's just fascinating to me. I want to know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments.